Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Love and Marriage DC, Season 1, Episode 6. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Oh, and also, before we get started, I had some people tell me that they're not getting notifications, that they're being unsubscribed and stuff like that. If you've had to search for my channel, please try unsubscribing and then resubscribing again. Or if you're not getting notifications, please hit the bell and, hit it again so that YouTube can pick it up, because I do not know what's going on, child. My apologies. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, Quick and Ashley go to the doctor because he's telling us that he's had some severe pain in his wrist, and it was sounding like carpal tunnel to me when he was describing it. But the doctor said that he has some inflammation from overuse of his wrist because, he DJs and whatnot. So he tells her that he went to another doctor and they said that he could have the gout. And so she's telling him, yeah, it could be that, but the only way to really help that is to change your lifestyle and you might need a brace. And I have to say this, too much of anything is bad. She said that it has to be a minimum of 4 to 6 weeks that he's wearing said brace. So Ashley is like, well, can he take it off to work? No, ma'am. Keep it on so he can heal. So she said if he doesn't take heed to what the doctor is saying, then he could lose the ability to use his wrist altogether. I feel like his identity is tied to DJing, and for me, that's scary. Because when your identity is tied to something, if that something is taken away from you, then some people fall into depression, some get more aggressive. I just really want him to separate himself from being a DJ because he's more than that. So I don't want him to get tied up in that. So anywho, Ashley was like, if your wrist fall off, how you gonna grab my butt? Child, she play all day. In the next scene, Irena and her twin daughter, Brittany, when I tell y'all they are the spitting image of each other, they're out enjoying some drinks and whatnot. And so she starts telling Brittany about the argument that she had at the property with Jamie. So Brittany was like, yeah, he ran telling me like I was your mama. Like, what am I going to do? Whoop you? So Irena said, yeah, I told him when people don't do what he wants them to do, then he gets upset because he's spoiled and he's set in his ways. He ain't gonna do no changing. So Brittany was like, Jamie is the one that needs to change, not everybody else in the family. Jamie does need to do some rearranging and some changing because this ain't working. Moving forward. In the next scene, Quick and Ashley are hosting Chris and Monique for dinner. Baby Ashley is like, look, y'all gonna get these solo cups. Y'all gonna get this takeout. Y'all gonna eat on real plates though. Okay, because I ain't that ghetto. And we gonna enjoy. We gonna enjoy ourselves. Trust me, it ain't always been gold plates, honey. I'm just saying. So they get there and they start eating. And so Monique brings up the screaming match between Ashley and Winter that she started. Okay? Because if we go back to the beginning of the beginning, Monique, had you not ran it back, but that's what they do on reality TV, but had you not ran it back, none of this would have happened. So she was like, I really feel like both of you owe each other an apology. No, ma'am. You started this. And now you want me to apologize to Winter? When you said she was talking about me and my man? Absolutely not, honey. I mean, I guess if you want to be mature and whatnot, then we can apologize to each other. But I just don't know. I feel personally like you should apologize for translating the message wrong. That's what I think. So Ashley said, if Winter felt like they were ambushing her, then why did she even come to her event? Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it. So Monique goes, I was just trying to get some resolution. So in the confessional, Ashley is like, I thought we were just getting together, not getting together to talk about Winter. I'm sick of talking about Winter. So Monique is just going on and on and on. And honey, you know how the producers splice it up and you keep hearing her voice just roll and roll and roll. And Ashley is getting tired of hearing about Winter. Baby, when does Monique's show start? Honey, because she needs an outlet ASAP. So Ashley is wondering who to believe and whose side Monique is really on, because we don't know if you being messy. Like, we're unsure of what's happening. So Monique was like, yeah, I've never known Winter to be messy. So Quick is like, I feel like she's just playing to get back. Ashley said some stuff at your dinner about Kevin, and now she's saying some stuff about me. So Ashley was like, look, I'm only speaking facts about what was told to me by Winter. She's speaking on rumors. So Quick gets upset and he's like, look, we aren't bothered by the rumors. Okay, we ain't bothered by it. But I feel like they was playing in my wife's face. So Chris is telling him to just brush past it and, breathe and don't breathe too much life into it. Well, Chris is the expert, honey, because over on that other show, he had to overlook some rumors about Monique getting her life with that trainer. So, Quick, you might want to listen. I'm just saying. So Quick and Ashley both looking at Monique like, now you messy. So Monique said, I don't want you to be looking at us sideways. Well, honey, it's too late for that. You carried the bone. Now you got to deal with the whole shoot the messenger type situation. So Monique is trying to continue to let them know that she was only trying to gain clarity and she's trying to get things straight. Basically, she's trying to clear her name. So Monique was like, Winter, she's all about women's empowerment. Child, don't be the worst ones, honey, but we ain't ready for that conversation. All those women that get together and be having all those get-togethers and gatherings and getting on boats and having all pink and all white events, talking about women's empowerment, they be the main mean girls. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. I really just don't get into all that women's empowerment. Like, I am for the women. I'm team women. But some of those women are posing. And then they be the first people to talk behind your back and tear you down. So, girl, anywho, so she says she wants them to have lunch to get together to talk it out. We shall see. Moving forward. So Monique goes, my energy was just so bad the next day that I had to call my intuitive healer to squeeze me in. Over this little argument? Honey, I hope you had him or her on speed dial a few years ago. So Monique was just telling them that she has the ability to release your energy and shift it. So Ashley and Quick want to see what I was doing. They're like, well, we want to do that. We need to go see what's going on. In the next scene, Winter is at home and she's telling us she has 4 kids with her ex-NFL boo. And she's telling the kids that she's going to be going out of town for a little while. Their dad's going to be flying in. And she also filed for divorce from Mr. Ice Skating Rink, Kevin himself. And so when I'm watching the scene, clearly they didn't like him because her daughter was giving a round of applause. So Winter caught it, right? And Winter's like, what's that? Like, what are you doing? Why are you clapping? Her daughter was basically saying, look, Kevin love bombed you just to get where he wanted to get. I love that this new generation can spot some BS a mile away. I love that for them. Honey, I wish I was that intuitive at 20 years old. They was running all type of game on me. Okay? But today's date, oh, baby, honey, you wouldn't be able to get nothing past me. I'm just saying. So Winter was like, I just wished I would have saw more and I would have done more. So her daughter is like, well, he manipulated you. He made you believe he was one way when he was total opposite. Yes, daughter, that's true. But Winter also has to take responsibility for not doing her due diligence. She needed to get to know him a little bit better. You don't just move people in and start laying down with them 8 hours a day. You need to know who you're bringing around your children. Child, people crazy. But her daughter is very wise beyond her years, and she was really pouring into Winter and extending a lot of grace. And she said it wasn't your fault. So Winter said in her confessional, she felt like she was empowered by her own daughter, and she was happy that both of her children extended her grace. You know what? As I was watching this scene, I love her children. They are stand-up human beings. You can just tell. The way they were speaking to their mother very respectfully. You know how some reality kids, they get a little bit too grown and they get in the thing. And honey, this is grown-up business. But the way that she was speaking was from genuine concern. Her brother was co-signing it. And in the end, they had a group hug. I was like, I want to be in the group hug. Child, I just loved it. I love how they didn't make her feel bad for not doing her digging. Baby, I love that scene. In the next scene, Ashley, Monique, and Winter, they going for dinner, child. Well, let's see how this go. So Monique starts mediating the dinner, right? So she was like, yeah, I just simply thought that Winter and Ashley were having banter back and forth about the husbands and the rumors were brought up. That's how it was brought to me. So Winter was like, I never said that. So Ashley goes, well, that's not how it was presented to me. It came back to me like you were saying you heard rumors about my husband. So Winter was like, I wasn't trying to out any rumors about your husband. She said, it was just some miscommunication. I guess that came when I was venting to Monique and she stepped in thinking she had to defend me. Well, when you sit and say that you were ambushed and you've heard rumors, how else would one take it? You were really making it seem like you went to that lunch and Irena and Ashley jumped all over you. That's how you made it seem. You gave a totally different recollection of events. So I'm just confused. Child, this is just a mess. So Monique is like, I just feel like I was helping, but I was doing a disservice at the same time. So if I'm not there, just don't tell me about it. So Winter was like, oh, okay, well, duly noted. Honey, I ain't gonna tell you nothing else, heifer. So Ashley said, before I had no ill will toward you, but now I do. Honey, well, at least she keeping it real. I appreciate that. Listen, at first I didn't not like you, but now I don't like you. And I'm letting it be known that I don't like you so that you don't get confused next time we meet up. So Winter apologizes if Ashley felt like she was coming for her marriage. Okay, this happened last time, Winter, and you went back and was still mad. So I hope you are actually dropping it this time. So Ashley says she definitely feels like she was coming for her marriage, honey, and was. Because why even bring that up if you weren't trying to throw shade at this woman's marriage? Why? So she's like, I would never, especially another black woman. Ashley is like, oh my God. Okay. Oh, please. Please don't throw a black woman in this. I don't care if she white, blue, purple, or brown. When you come for my marriage, I like Ashley. I don't care. I like Ashley. I like her. Because at the end of the day, your information was volunteered. You told the table. If you didn't want nobody to know, you and Monique should have continued speaking separately. Like, okay, you said we squashed it. Then you ran to Monique trying to be tough, throwing my marriage under the bus. So, girl, don't try to talk about black woman. Girl, gone. So Monique tells Winter that she wasn't trying to be messy. Monique is sitting here trying to clear her name yet again. And Ashley said, okay, girl, is there anything else? Because now look, I don't want to leave here and it's something else. So Winter was like I was telling Monique, I don't know you well enough to feel any way about you. So we're good. I don't remember you telling Monique that, but I mean, I guess. So Ashley is like, okay, girl, well, y'all work on y'all friendship. We ain't friends, but we just squashed it or whatever it is that we did, but I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Cheers. In the next scene, Chris and Monique go to meet with the intuitive healer, and the other couples are coming as well. So Ashley and Quick, they're going to be joining, and Irena and Jamie. I learn something new every day. We went from the therapists to the life coaches to the intuitive healers. I mean, I have always gone to God to shift my energy, but maybe that's just me, honey. I don't know what you could be transferring to me. Like, I don't want you trying to shift my energy. What exactly energy? Whose energy did you pick up before you came in this cave? Okay, it's given I don't want it. I'm sorry. I know you should be open to new things and whatnot, but no ma'am, Pam. So all the couples are there and she's scanning their bodies. And Jamie is me. He's like, I don't believe in all that. I feel like you talked to somebody before and you already know what's going on. But she did read Jamie very well, though. So she's talking to him and she's telling him that she's coming across him being a bully and how he probably shouldn't say anything to avoid pushing people away. So Irena in her confessional, she's like, she's 100% true. Like, I have experienced it. Well, child, we've experienced what you've experienced because we've experienced him shutting you all the way to hell down after you just want to say a word. So, I mean, he definitely does give bully. I knew from the first time I saw him sitting at that dinner, that vegan dinner, when he said, hush, or he looked at you and shh, I was like, oh, no, ma'am, honey, And Jamie actually agreed with the spiritual healer or whatever she's supposed to be, child. He agreed that, yeah, at times he can come off aggressive and he can come off as a bully. Okay, so now that you recognize it, I'm going to need you to change it. So then she reads Quick and she's seeing the number 9 3 times. She was like, is it 3rd grade? So he said at 9, he found out that his mom had cancer and she was dying. And he also said his dad died in 1999. So those are the 3 9s that she's seeing. His mom passed when he turned 10 and he said he started DJing. And he's always been afraid to hear good news because it's quickly followed by something bad. I can relate to that. I used to hate the month of December. Something bad used to happen to me every year in December. Always. I mean, without fail. But, you know, I had to speak positive things into existence. I had to change my way of thinking. I had to go to GOD. And we got it together. And now December is my month. Moving forward. So she tells him that he's not living if he's thinking this way, because he's not living in the moment. And he feels bad because his dad never got to see his success and his beautiful family. So he works extra hard to keep the success. So Chris said, I feel like he sees you. Don't worry about that. I really do feel like your dad sees you. I appreciated that about Chris. Chris is a nice guy. So Quick said, people would tell his dad that him being a DJ was not a real job. And they would call him a bad parent because he allowed Quick to DJ. And he said, you know what? I wish my dad could see me and he could go back and just gloat. Y'all said it wasn't a real job. Now look at him. And I felt that. So then on to Chris. So she tells him, don't live through Monique. So in the confessional, Chris is thinking that she means he should coach. Here go Monique. No, when she's speaking deeper. So what she's saying is the way that she's speaking throughout the healing of her speaking, she wants you to find your passion and align yourself with your passion, not just my passion. Monique, shut up. If his passion is coaching, then that could very well be what she's talking about. You just said the exact same thing that he said, but you tried to put a bunch of fluff in between it. Girl, if you don't be quiet, you know everything about everything and ain't correcting nothing. Ooh. So she tells them to meet in the middle and talk about it. And whatever their interpretations are, meet in the middle and talk about that. It ain't gonna work because Monique is gonna tell him his interpretation was wrong. He interpreted it wrong. Okay, I'm just telling you right now. So then she starts telling Irena that she's hurt and she's covering up a lot of things. And so she immediately starts crying. Now I'm thinking Jamie gonna get from up under this cover and lean over. Child, he just looking at her, tapping her on the leg. So the healer gets closer to Jamie and she's like, she needs to be heard. And I can see you telling her, shh, hush, 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 don't do that. But right now she just needs to be heard. Well, child, I can see that in her marriage because although they've been together for 26 years, it's not what people think. And she wants to portray that it's perfect and it's not. So Jamie was just sitting there looking when Irena needed an embrace from him. Jamie, it's okay to hug your wife. It's okay to love on your wife and you wonder why she don't want to have the sexuals. You won't even give her a hug. So he's sitting there trying to figure out why she's crying instead of comforting her because she's crying. And Jamie just... oh my gosh, child. I don't know. I really don't know what to say about him. All I know is good luck, Irena. That's all I can say. In the next scene, Quick and his brothers are going to his dad's gravesite. And Quick's brother said his dad told them don't cry when they went into the mom's funeral. Because they were reminiscing on what the dad had told them when their mom passed. And he was like, yeah, he told us don't cry. We got to be a man. Don't cry. You know what? I hate that. I hate that some men see tears as weakness because society has made men and their tears a negative thing when y'all are still human. Let me tell y'all something. This is a story time. It's not really a story time. I haven't gave y'all one of them in a while. One time my son was crying, right? And so my brother goes, stop that, man. You a boy. I said, don't you ever in your damn life tell him that again. He knows what gender he is. Crying is okay. If you need to cry, then that means you're upset or you're sad about something. And those are called emotions. And we all have them, both girls and boys. Child, if you don't have no emotions, then you're a robot. So take that over there and get that advice to your son. Honey, don't bring that over here. I allow my son to get it out. I allow him to speak to me. I allow him to convey his feelings to me. I don't shut him down when he's trying to explain things to me. Now, listen, I do not spare the rod, okay? Because, spare the rod, spoil the child. I'm going to get you all the way together. But at the same time, I'm going to allow you to cry because then I don't want you to become a Jamie. And then you get your wife and now she looking at me like, how did your mama raise you? Why are you acting like you can't cry? Why are you acting like you can't show me no emotions? Why are you so tough? Why are you so mean? And those are the men that we get because people are telling them, why you crying? You a man. No, you can cry and it is okay. So Quick tells his brothers that he brought the letter that his mom wrote, breaking the news to them that she was dying. So, baby, he started to read that letter and I lost it. When I tell y'all I lost it, my paper that I was taking notes on was completely wet. Child, all the ink just bled into each other. Child, I lost it because I cannot imagine their pain at such a young age. Like, kids need their mom, man. That's just, oh my goodness. And then it just made me think about how here lately I've had to have a lot of biopsies and I've had cancer scares, and just thinking about my son being 7 and imagining in 2 years writing him a letter telling him that oh child, I can't even speak that into existence, honey. Oh, I shall not. But that just really touched me. It was just too much for me. So Quick started crying, right? So he composed himself and he started reading, and I loved that his brothers embraced him. I loved seeing that. See, you know what? This show gives me the feels. When I watch these episodes, it's something in the past 2 episodes that have really been giving me the feels. It's very organic. And some scenes, okay, like this one, it gives you authenticity. And that's what's missing in reality TV. And Carlos King, I'm speaking directly to you, honey. Do not get somewhere and start creating this manufactured mess, because we don't want it. Okay, we already dealing with that over there on Love and Marriage Huntsville. Please let DC remain organic. Shout out to Nene. I mean, my heart just ached for them. When I saw them together, I was just like, oh, wow. Because I have this thing about brothers. I love seeing brothers together. I love seeing sisters together too, but it's just something about a bunch of brothers being together, loving their family, and I just love it. So to see them in this scene embracing Quick as he was reading this letter, I was like, oh, child, I gotta turn this off, child. But luckily, that was the end of the episode. Child, y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about this episode. I liked it. I really did. These past 2 episodes, I have really enjoyed. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace. And happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there listening.